Hey everybody, Circus here. I've got a new weapon guide, so let's get cozy. I think that of all the weapons added to Hunt over the years, that one of them stands out above the rest in form and in function, and that's the Bulldog of the Bayou, the Drilling. The Drilling is a break-action combination rifle based off of the real M30 Luftwaffe Drilling, a survival weapon issued to some Luftwaffe pilots in northern Africa during World War II. Now, the real Drilling featured two side-by-side 12-gauge shotgun barrels and had the rifle barrel below, which was chambered in the rimmed 9.3 by 74mm cartridge. The Drilling is considered to be the most luxurious survival rifle ever issued by a military force, and as such, there's some debate about how many were issued and how frequently they were given out. Some information points to the weapon being mainly gifted to select individuals, as its primary use was that of a hunting rifle. An interesting note is that the Drilling's cartridge was a generous load for a rifle. According to Forgotten Weapons, one reason as to why the Drilling was chambered with such a hot round was of a mistaken assumption that there were big cats in the North African region. Ultimately, the Drilling existed as a hunting rifle before World War II, and the Drilling's involvement in the war may be attributed to Hermann Goering and his love for hunting. In Hunt Showdown, the Drilling is the ultimate hunting rifle for the ultimate prey. Our in-game description reads, German-made break-action combination firearm with two rifle barrels and a single shotgun barrel, highly flexible. This right there is a big difference. In Hunt, the Drilling is a rifle first and a shotgun second. Our Drilling fires medium ammo, and it can be equipped with high-velocity ammo for $60, dumdum ammo for $50, and FMJ for $50. You can also take custom ammo for the shotgun. This can take flechette ammo for $20, penny shot for $5, or slugs for $65. This is the obvious factor that separates the Drilling from the rest of the Hunt arsenal. It has both medium ammo and shotgun ammo, making it one of the few combination weapons in the game. Of note, the Drilling has the fastest cycle rate of any weapon in the Hunt arsenal, meaning you can two-tap hunters faster with the Drilling than with any other weapon. So given the rifle's speed, its medium ammo, and the shotgun, the Drilling is a contender at any range. It is only limited by its low ammo capacity, which is 2 rounds plus the shotgun shell. Because of this, it's likely that you'll have to reload after each kill, so keep that in mind when you're fighting teams. This said, the Drilling does come stock with 20 bullets, and that's not as many as it may seem. It can be a lot, but it also might not be, and that's due to the weapon's cycle rate, and at least me personally, tending to always double tap when I shoot. Some discipline is practice, of course, but it's easy, maybe too easy, to get into the habit of two-tapping with the Drilling. The Drilling excels at quick ADS shooting. It's not my favorite when fired from the hip, except for the shotgun, and the reload can be costly. So while the rifle can dump ammo, it's important to pick your shots, at least a little bit. Also, keep in mind that to properly aim the Drilling, the ball atop the sight has to cover the target. The Drilling comes in 3 flavors. We have our stock Drilling for $510, we have our Drilling Shorty for $330, and we have our Drilling Hatchet for $340. Our stock Drilling with regular medium ammo does 120 damage. It has a drop range of 155 meters and a muzzle velocity of 530 meters per second, and that's no slouch. You should consider that the Shorty variants drop our damage to 118, our drop range down to 130 meters, and our muzzle velocity down to 424 meters per second. And check this, the Drilling Hatchet has a fire rate of 18 rounds per minute. The other Drillings sit at 20. The basic Shorty Drilling reloads the fastest of the 3. Other than that, the general rules of Hunt apply. The Shorties trade their smaller size for more sway and recoil. But let's come back to the 120 damage of the standard Drilling. This is a pretty awkward amount of damage. We cannot one-tap a hunter missing 25 HP, which is the smallest health chunk. Changing to high velocity ammo lowers our damage to 114 and increases our velocity to 655 meters per second, with a 10 meter bump to drop range. Dumdum lowers our drop range to 120 meters, and it lowers our muzzle velocity to 371 meters per second. but it also retains our 120 damage. FMJ lowers our drop range to 145 meters, lowers our velocity to 371 meters per second, slightly increases our vertical recoil, and doesn't change our damage. So there's no way to bump our damage up to that 125 mark. But that's okay, because we have dumdum ammo, which causes severe bleeding. This can be the difference between dropping a hunter who's at 125 HP or letting them live. Now, of course, they can stop that bleeding, and we lose the penetration, but due to the cycle rate of the drilling and the fact that it has 2 bullets loaded at any given time, means that it doesn't really lend itself to spamming, so I think we're okay. Now, I prefer to have the penetration of regular medium ammo, but taking the dumdum is absolutely justified on the drilling, especially if you are running the shorty drilling as a backup, or any weapon that can spam through a wall. Now, I would say that the high velocity isn't that special. The drilling can contend at most ranges, but it's the Bulldog of the bayou for a reason. We like that sweet mid to close range with it. FMJ doesn't really help us because we're not doing a lot of wall banging. And dumdum ammo is so good because with it, we can apply a lot of pressure and force our opponents to get sloppy. Then we have the business end of the shotgun, or just another quick round to the chest. Speaking of the shotgun aspect, I think most options here are valid. You have flechette for pressure, penny shot for brutality, or slugs because they're slugs. All options are enough to down a hunter who's missing 25 HP, at least at close range, with more leeway given to slugs. I think how you want to run the drilling matters here, as in what your use case for it is, and this may not be a surprise, but I personally like the stock ammo. I like to take the shotgun as a backup, either as a home defense option or as a finisher. I tend to not lead with the shotgun, which I think would be a better use case for flechette ammo or slugs. And while both of those ammo types are great, I do feel as if the cost of slugs, which is $65, turns an already expensive rifle even more costly. Plus, if you're running bleed ammo, you've added $110 to the price, and now you're very dependent on special ammo. Of course, that's a badass loadout. When you run the drilling with stock or with dumdum ammo, I really don't think there's a bad shotgun ammo to take with it. Now, another big element of the drilling is the fact that it needs 0 traits. 0. This means that every single trait point that you get can go to doctor, or pack mule, or conduit, or whatever your heart desires. In previous videos, I've talked about offensive traits like Iron Eye or Levering and how important they can be. The drilling needs absolutely none of this. The only trait point sync for the drilling is Quartermaster, and that's if you want to run a shorty drilling as a secondary or something big with a regular drilling. But in fact, taking a big drilling and a shorty drilling is a pretty damn good loadout if I'm being honest. The standard drilling comes with 20 medium rounds and 5 shotgun shells. The shorties have 20 medium rounds and 3 shells. The shorty drillings really fit with a lot of weapons. They go great with dual-wielded pistols, the sparks, shotguns, you name it. It's bringing a lot of versatility, and an easy loadout without Quartermaster is simply a shorty drilling and maybe a katana or a bat. Easy and effective. Another cool Quartermaster loadout is a crossbow and a shorty drilling. For our standard drilling, I like pairing it with a Pax or a Scotfield. One of the big advantages of running medium ammo is simply how many bullets that you get. Double dipping the drilling with a like-minded Pax or Scotfield increases our ammo reserves to 32. Plus, the Scotfield Spitfire is great without fanning, and it can act as a true backup to our rifle. If I take fanning, I prefer the Pax family in general, but I seriously don't mind skipping fanning when I have a drilling because it has that shotgun. Keep in mind that the Pax and the Scotfield both have access to the same ammo types as the drilling, so it's really all preference. The drilling pairs well with any pistol really. There aren't too many bad combinations, but taking an option that can help you with cheeky wall bangs is usually a good choice. I personally tend to stay away from other weapons with limited capacity, such as the Sparks pistol, the Romero shorty, or even the hand crossbow. Although the hand crossbow can absolutely work with the drilling. I just tend to prefer to have something that can wallbang if I take dumdum ammo, or if I take stock ammo, I'd like just having a lot of it. And that's because the drilling is so adaptable. I would argue that in a general sense, the drilling is the most adaptable weapon in Hunt Showdown. There are very few weapons that can go toe-to-toe with long ammo at range and shotguns up close. And even though that long range isn't where you want to be with the drilling, it's entirely possible to kill enemy hunters with it from a distance. But the Bulldog of the bayou does best in scrappy, aggressive engagements, ones where you can put on some pressure with dumdum ammo and get in with a shotgun. And for that same reason, flechette ammo works great too. The rifle portion of the drilling allows us to hold a line and trade pot shots with smaller weapons. In Hunt, smaller weapons tend to have a faster fire rate, but not the drilling. It can output that damage to contend at range, but also has the speed to deal with many of the compact weapons, provided that you're accurate. So that's the Bulldog of the bayou. Truly one of the most unique and fun weapons in all of Hunt. I've used the drilling so much, and part of me thinks that it may be my personal favorite weapon in the game. Plus, corrosion is such a clean skin. Anyway, if you liked the video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a like, and I would love it if you subscribed. Stay tuned for more, and check me out at /CircusTV. And as always, good luck in the bayou.